All right, if you're a tech who works with radio systems, you know this struggle. You're constantly fighting against, well, noise. Today, we're kicking off our deep dive into the art of hunting down the source of that noise, radio frequency interference, or as we all know it, RFI. Now, just to set the stage, what you're watching is part one of a really comprehensive 15-part tutorial. It's all based on a technical guide from Virtualization Options LLC. And look, this is built specifically for radio technicians, the folks on the front lines, so we're going to keep things really systematic and super practical. So let's paint the picture here. The modern industrial environment, it isn't just loud to your ears, right? Electrically, it's an absolute battleground. It's a place where clear communication is non-negotiable, but it is constantly under attack. And let's be real, the stakes could not be higher. RFI isn't just some annoying static on the line. No way. It's a direct threat to the reliability of your systems. And that, in turn, can compromise safety across your entire operation and lead to some massive economic costs. This is not an annoyance. It's a critical operational threat. This quote, it just cuts right to the heart of it. We are talking about those nightmare scenarios where a communication failure, all thanks to RFI, means a machine doesn't get the command to stop when it's supposed to, or an emergency call just vanishes into the ether. Ultimately, this is all about keeping people safe. Okay, now let's follow the money for a second. When a robotic assembly line goes down because its control network is scrambled by interference, a clock starts ticking. And it's a very, very expensive clock. In a lot of advanced facilities, we're talking thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars per minute of downtime. So, we've seen the damage it can cause, but what exactly is this invisible enemy we're fighting? Let's lock in a clear working definition. Simply put, RFI is any unwanted electromagnetic signal that gets in the way of the signals you actually need. It can disrupt them, degrade them, or block them completely. The key takeaway is this. It's any RF energy that's not supposed to be there, causing problems for the energy that is. And this is the million-dollar question for every technician, isn't it? If you're going to fix the problem, you first have to find the source. So where is all this disruptive energy coming from? All right, let's take a look at our rogues gallery of RFI sources. I'm willing to bet you'll probably recognize a few of these troublemakers from your own experiences on the job. These are the classic offenders. You've got your big motors, your generators, and especially welding equipment. Those things create a massive amount of broadband electromagnetic noise. Variable frequency drives, or VFDs, are notorious for this. Their switching process creates all these harmonic emissions that can just pollute a huge range of frequencies. Heck, even something as simple as your lighting can be a major source of noise. And here's the thing. The problem is evolving. It used to be you just had to worry about the big, noisy hardware, stuff like HVAC units. But now, our facilities are jam-packed with Wi-Fi, IoT sensors, Bluetooth, and wireless control systems all competing for the same airspace. The RF spectrum is getting incredibly crowded. I love this word from the source material because it's so true. Hostile. It's the perfect description. It really validates what technicians are feeling out in the field every single day, that you are fighting an uphill battle against an invisible force that is only getting stronger and more complex. But hey, this isn't a battle you have to lose. The key isn't to fight harder, it's to fight smarter. And that means moving away from random guesswork and adopting a truly systematic approach to finding and fixing RFI. This right here is the roadmap for our entire tutorial series. It's the professional process for taking the chaos out of the hunt. We'll start with systematic detection. From there, we'll move to precise location, followed by thorough documentation. And finally, we'll cover practical remediation. Which brings us to the next logical step. We know what RFI is, we know where it tends to come from, and we have our methodical framework. The big question now is, what's the very first step you take when you get that call? Where do we begin the hunt? We'll cover exactly that in part 2. See you there.